Hello folks, Hot Rod Rodney 25, aka Out of Scale Railroad. Coming back to another video with Prestonburg area changes A6. Part A6. The last video I showed the mountain rock cut area. I believe I told you about the trolley line and the 14-inch bridge I built, which I will letter here soon. This is my favorite tunnel portal, which will have the river coming through it. It just looks like an old timber portal. And I'm not sure where the river is actually going to go to yet. How far and how big. I'm still working on that idea. But anyway, I'm thinking about changing my track plan a little bit. Here. This switch back here that will be underneath this top access panel, which isn't in here right now because the plywood's out. I might remove that switch and just have the train going straight, and because there's really no place for the switch to switch anymore, because I tore the crossing that I had here out. I wasn't real happy with it, because I would have had to add a second switch on this end, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that. I want to try to keep the crossings and everything into the Prestonburg historic site type area. Right here in this area. And then this add-on piece will be like the road, some trees over in this area over here around the mountain and the tunnel, and some trees over here, and then of course the straight part of that switch, it will be the continuance over here to what's supposed to be the repair workbench, but it hasn't got there yet, but it will, guys. And excuse the mess, but the other switch will be underneath all that mess right there, and then there'll be, bridges. I probably mentioned that in a couple last videos of this video series, but I will probably remove this switch because I'm not sure where it's actually going to get rerouted. But the access panel will remain up here to be opened if needed for derailments and that batch of wires that's all linked together right there. So, and this track here will get removed, of course. So, with that being said, the only line that'll come out front here will be the line coming into Prestonburg. And then, it'll go across the crossing, around, through the Peekaboo River, tunnel, portal. You'll see a peekaboo in there of the train. It'll come through this cut, and then we'll have the Prestonburg pass through, and it'll come out of one tunnel portal over here that's already painted, and it comes out, guys, if I ever need it to come out. I just slipped them in underneath there. And as well as that one, I got them all painted up. they look pretty good. I might add a little more weathering paint to them, little different color, just to give them a little bit of growth or something look. Here's this rock cut that I was working on, and it's looking pretty good. It's got some, different colors in it. Then there's this piece where the trolley will come across and stop on an automatic reverse sensor, delayed sensor. You got the new tunnel, Prestonburg rail trail tunnel in, and some wall. And like I said, I got to do the tunnel portal over here to the actual track. And this is basically, going to be the land where people come up. They can rail fan from up above. They can walk around, shoot the breeze, and have a good time. There'll be vending machines lit up down here, an ice machine, possibly some vending machines up in this area around the trolley. There might even be a couple vending machines, here somewhere at the entrance. I don't know, at the parking lot. Probably not, because they'll be here and up here. But yeah, there'll be a river. I'm not sure how wide or long the river will go yet. And this contraption is going to be an imaginary escalator. And yes, I said escalator, and it will be an outside escalator. And what it's going to do, and Nancy Jones, if you watch this video, this is also dedicated to you also, being that you're disabled in a wheelchair. So, I built all of this out of contractor shims. Those big long shims right there is a contractor shim. They use them on doors and windows and different stuff in construction. Well, I took a bunch of them and I screwed some together with a couple drywall screws, and then I took liquid nails and covered all this on this side, and some of it rubbed off right there, but it'll be alright. It's going to be painted. And the way I'm going to try to do a escalator is put black on one side, black on the other side, or a different color on the other side for up and down differences. And I had this idea in my head that it's going to be steps like a normal escalator would be in a department store, okay? Well, there's also going to be a flat spot every once in a while that comes in, and you will be, or for the disabled, they'll be able to drive their scooter or roll their wheelchair or something like that on there, and it will come up. There'll be an automatic sensor there, imaginary one, that'll come up and block up behind their wheels as they're going up, the grade, so they don't roll backwards if they forget to hook their brakes. And I think it'll look pretty good. So I made it wheelchair accessible, and for the disabled, and for regular people that isn't disabled. So they'll be able to go up here, walk around, go over here to the trolley if they want a trolley ride, or they can just walk up and just look around and enjoy a visit at the Prestonburg Historic Site. So that's what I've been working on. And I know that's a lot of shims there, and it is. And all this will have some kind of wall on the side of it to cover all these extra gaps up. I may even leave it like that just to give it a look. I don't know if my river will still be going way up here, and I could actually, bring it underneath there. I'll have to work on that idea. But I also need a place for parking and different stuff. So I'll have to watch what I'm doing when I do it. That way I have plenty of parking. And back here, I'm not real sure what all this is going to be back in here now. It was once a rail trail, a railroad track. Once a campground. I don't really know what it's going to be. Yet. I don't know if I want to put a wall on the back of it with, a tunnel coming out. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. And, it'll be like an imaginary museum or something inside. I mean, maybe even, I could maybe even set some, sidings in here or something, and just put some old locomotives or something in here. And, like a museum. I'm just got so many ideas that I'm trying to do, a lot of them. Some of them in this area, and then there'll be, up here, there'll also be a historic, type, museum type area, but it's going to be with, turntables, and there'll actually be, passenger train rides and on the passenger line. So which will and excuse the mess, I'm sorry guys, but it'll go way back there in the back back of the shed and come around up on the upper level and come around, and the turntables will be somewhere right here, I guess. Of course, there'll be a big access panel to get into that switch and the railments and all this mess. So, anyway, that's going to end this video because it's almost 15 minutes. So, like, share, subscribe, comment in the section down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Ding the bell for future videos. And to the next video, Hot Rod Rodney 25 out.